Thank you very much. Good morning, good afternoon. Greetings to everybody from San Jose, Costa Rica. It is my pleasure to participate in this meeting, and I would like to present a reflection on the need to incorporate a transdisciplinary perspective in the field of snakebite and venomy. These reflections has been built through many discussions with Rafael Ruiz de Castañeda, Isabel Bolón, and Juliette Borri from the University of Geneva, and many other colleagues from different institutions. So, as you know, snakebite and venomy causes kills and maims hundreds of thousands of people every year. So the encounter of a person with a snake resulting in a snake bite has many different determinants, and at the same time induces a wide variety of consequences for this person, for the families, and for the communities. So we believe that to understand the complexity of snakebite and venomy, we need to bring to our field a transdisciplinary perspective, which I would like to discuss today. So our field in toxinology has built a solid body of knowledge on different aspects of snakebite and venomy. And we know the biochemical composition, the proteomics of many venoms in the world. We know the mechanism of action of many toxins. There have been studies on the epidemiology and clinical aspects of envenoming and therapeutic aspects, also on the improving of antivenoms and the quality control of antivenoms, and the generation new types of antivenoms, and the search for toxin inhibitors. So these fields, which have been traditionally strong in our area, should continue to be to evolve and to be consolidated. However, we believe that again, to understand this complexity of the landscape of snakebite venomy, we need to bring new protagonists, new actors, new disciplines from different disciplinary perspectives. And for this, we believe that it is quite relevant to introduce two conceptual frameworks in our field. And these frameworks are the One Health approach, which has gained a lot of strength in the public health, and also the transdisciplinary view of research. So the One Health approach, as defined by the One Health high-level expert panel recently, defines One Health as an integrated, unifying approach that aims to sustainably balance and optimize the health of people, animals, and ecosystems, and recognizes that the health of humans, domestic and wild animals, plants, and the wider environment, including ecosystems, are closely linked and interdependent. So this is a quite integrated view of health issues. In addition to that, the field of transdisciplinarity also has gained momentum in the area of public health, and according to Jan and colleagues, can be defined as a reflexive research approach that addresses societal problems by means of interdisciplinary collaboration, as well as the collaboration between researchers and extra-scientific actors. This is very important. Its aim is to enable mutual learning processes between science and society, and integration is the main cognitive challenge of the research process. So with these two concepts in mind, I would like to show why we think new areas of expertise, new fields, should be brought to the topic of snakebite and venomy. And of course, one very important one is the need to improve our herpetological knowledge on the diversity, abundance, natural history, and population dynamics of snakes, using methodologies such as ecological niche modeling, shown here in the case of Vitis rhinoceros in Africa. Yesterday, we had an excellent presentation by Ana Pinto showing the power of this type of approaches. Also, the knowledge should be built from the base through citizen science, and artificial intelligence is another component that is being incorporated into this field. Moreover, the introduction of geospatial analysis in the snakebite and venom is quite important, as shown very clearly yesterday by Rafael Ruiz de Castañeda with the program of stockpiling of antivenoms for sub-Saharan Africa. And in this geospatial analysis, we can go from the macro level, analyzing areas of hotspots of risk of snakebite and venom on a global basis, to the micro levels, moving through different levels of granularity, like this study by Ochoa and colleagues in the Terai region in Nepal, identifying regions of high risk of snake bites. It is very important to understand the snake bite envenoming in the local contexts where this phenomenon occurs. And for this, the incorporation of lay knowledge is absolutely essential. And for this, it is necessary to incorporate anthropology and other social sciences in these studies. To understand the cosmovisions around snakes and snake bites, the traditional healing practices, the perceptions of modern medicine by these communities. And this demands a series of methodologies typical in social sciences, such as qualitative research, participatory ethnoherpetology, photo voice, for examples. Other issues that need to be studied in detail by the incorporation of experts from different disciplines is the impact of migration, such as the ones that we are having in Central America and many other parts of the world on snakebite envenomings, the impact of armed conflicts and other humanitarian crises, the impact of natural disasters. It has been shown that flooding events, for example, increase the incidence of snake bites. And also the impact of climatic variables, like this study we did in Costa Rica, showing that there are peaks of incidence of snake bites during the hot and cold phases of El Niño southern oscillations. So these are subjects that demand an interdisciplinary approach. Not less important, particularly from the One Health perspective, is the study of the impact of snake bites in domestic animals, as shown here in this recent publication by Isabel Bolon and colleagues in a community-based study performed in Nepal and Cameroon, which showed a huge impact in snake bite in domestic animals with economic and social consequences. Interestingly, for example, the case fatality rate is higher than 85% in these animals in these settings. Also, there is the topic, rather neglected, by the way, of the sequela that suffer people who have been bitten by snakes, such as physical sequela and all the consequences that they bring, but also psychological sequela, such as post-traumatic stress disorders, depression, anxiety, and so on. This study carried out in the southern region of Costa Rica demonstrated the impact of this sequela in people suffering snake bites. And for this particular aspect, it is necessary to bring people from the law area of knowledge to generate new legislation ensuring compensation and rehabilitation for these people. Moreover, there is a growing body of evidence that snake bites represent an economic catastrophe in the people suffering this disease, as shown in this study by Saktivel Vayapuri and colleagues in Tamil Nadu in India, based on a community-based survey. So in these cases, snake bite in a condition of people living in poverty with limited health care usually results in people having to take care of the costs of the treatment, and they find extreme difficulties getting back to work. So this fuels this vicious cycle of poverty, and this is another area that demands the participation of social sciences and other disciplines. As shown very clearly yesterday by Julian Potet and in his presentation, the topic of availability and accessibility of antivenoms and other treatments is very important. And as he showed, there are 3 levels in this journey of antivenoms from the manufacturer to the clinical setting, the upstream, midstream, and downstream steps. I will not go into detail, but clearly this area of work demands the health economics perspective and also the analysis of antivenom acquisition and distribution. So with these examples, I am trying to show how necessary it is to bring different disciplinary perspectives to our field of snakebite envenoming to grasp the complexity of this public health phenomenon. So the question here is not just how to bring these different disciplinary perspectives to our field, but how to promote a genuine integration of disciplines by breaking disciplinary silos and promoting a deep epistemic dialogue. So it's not a matter of just opposing these disciplines, but also to integrating them. And a significant effort was done last year with the publication of this special issue of Toxic on X on a transdisciplinary review of snakebite envenoming, involving 139 authors from 30 countries and 5 continents. So this issue was able to bring together people from different disciplinary perspectives, and this was a very valuable exercise in terms of interdisciplinarity. However, if we go back to the definition of transdisciplinarity, it involves not only the interdisciplinary integration, but also the collaboration between researchers and extra scientific actors in the society. The aim is therefore to enable a mutual learning processes between science and society. And this is a huge challenge. So we suggest a general approach, or we would like to suggest a general approach to do this based on understanding on the local context where snake bites occur, and promoting scientific and non-scientific actor dynamics and integration as guiding principles for the design and development of transdisciplinary research projects. And this clearly demands overcoming the traditional power asymmetry in research between academic and non-academic actors. In this context, various epistemic perspectives converge in a single research dynamic. So the idea is to incorporate stakeholders from the society from the very beginning of the research projects in a deep integration with the scientific experts. And for this, we believe that stakeholders such as community groups, local NGOs, regional leaders, people affected by snake bites, from an ethnic and gender equity perspective, the media, governmental authorities, and traditional healers. So these participants should be involved in the research project according to the transdisciplinary definition, together with the experts in a real dialogue of knowledges, as in terms of the concept introduced by the Portuguese sociologist Boaventura de Sousa Santos. So to round up my presentation, I would like again to stress that the One Health concept and the transdisciplinary concept, which are closely related, should be incorporated in our field of snakebite envenoming to bring a deeper knowledge and to provide more effective solutions to this problem. So again, for this, it is necessary to create an interdisciplinary integration between experts from different disciplines, but also in the building of the knowledge through the research in the local context, it is necessary to integrate non-scientific actors from the local communities. Could be local communities, regional communities, or even at the national level. But not only that, the transdisciplinary concept also has another component, which is also a big challenge. And this is the need to translate the research findings into impactful solutions to the society. So these 3 elements, the interdisciplinarity, the participation of non-scientific actors, and the translations constitute key points for development a transdisciplinary landscape in snakebite envenoming, a huge challenge indeed. I like to mention again that these reflections have been built through very productive discussions and conversations between our group at the Instituto Clodomiro Picado, Rafael Ruiz de Castañeda, Isabel Bolona, and Juliette Borri of the University of Geneva, and a large group of colleagues who participated in the special issue of Toxic on X on snakebite envenoming. And with this, I thank you very much for your attention and for the invitation.